TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Then you had a backstage fight with Bret.
Right.
And what happened there?
What happened
How
there?
did tension start building, at first with you and Bret?
Well, I mean, oh gosh. Okay. You'll love this. We were going to the very first WrestleMania where he was dropping the belt to me. He comes up to me, a couple weeks prior to that as we're building the angle. And he says, I want this thing to get to a point to where we work everybody. The sheets of this, that, and the other. He said, so if you hear me saying bad stuff about you, don't worry about it. I said, all right, no problem. So we go to WrestleMania, and in WrestleMania,
This is 12?
yes,
The marathon match?
yeah, and the whole WrestleMania weekend, I can't get a hold of him. He's being short with me, and when I do get a hold of him and stuff like that. So, but I'm thinking, okay, maybe because Bret's different. He's to himself. He's reserved. He doesn't like, to travel with folks. I mean, he's not very outgoing. We have the match, and then right after the match, boom, he leaves. Not there to say thank you. I don't know if you know, but it's traditional.
Right.
Everybody's there to say thank you, congratulations, whatever. Not there. He's gone. I said, where's Bret? He left. So he's gone. I don't see him that night. Try to call him. Can't get a hold of him. Just say thanks for the match. Thanks, for providing more, because we were still buddies at that point, or at least I thought we were.
Right.
So then after that, I'm going on my little run with the belt there. And all of a sudden, all the stuff starts coming out. He's in this Calgary sun. He's saying this, and he's knocking my family and just really going down. I'm thinking, and the whole time thinking, okay, well, he said it was going to happen, but the family thing's a little bit of call me and, what kind of parents would, have their son. And that's the one that really rubbed me the wrong way. Say whatever you want. I've always said, say whatever you want about me, leave the family out. So to me, and in my eyes, he always drew first blood with that. So I was, but I ignored it. And then he starts going through these contract negotiations with Vince. Now he's leaving the WCW, supposedly. It's like, well, okay, now you're saying all this shit about me, but now you're going to WCW. But all that keeps coming. All that stuff keeps going on. I'm like, well, if he's going to leave, why is he still working the angle between us?
Right.
Okay, so now everybody in the office and the boys, so now it's like, and I tell them, no, Bret said that because we're going to work it. We're going to work all the sheets in it. And they're biting on it. If they were biting on it big before there was ever actually any problems. They were writing that there were before there ever actually were. And they said, oh, man, did he work you? I said, what do you mean? I said, man, he said that just so he can fucking dog the shit out of you. I said, no, he's just working him. And they said, really? Have you seen anywhere in there where you're saying bad stuff about him? And if you look anywhere, to this day, I still haven't. The only thing people can ever accuse me of is what I said on live TV. But I've never once gone to a dirt sheet or something like this that said bad stuff about Bret Hart. And to this day, I won't. So anyway, then of course they plant that seed in my head. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, is he working? Fuck, he's been in the business for a long time. He's a smart guy. Then he comes back and, and first thing right off the bat, he says, I'm sorry about stuff I said about your parents. Because I was thinking about writing him a letter and apologizing. Really sorry about that. I said, well, I was a little heavy. Get me all you want. Don't worry about it. But leave them out of it. So, we're still talking. He's back now. Everything's okay. Then, like I said, I don't know if it's him or if it's the office. But now he's back. Now that clique is in full force in the wrestling world. And apparently he has a problem with that. But while he was gone, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. Vince, for the first time ever, had a guy that was on top, who was single, and did everything. I did everything that man asked me. Never home. 285 days that year. Not a 365. I was on the road doing stuff for them. Boy, it's boiling in here. You guys can hear it?
Yeah, if I put the air on it, it's loud, so I don't know. It might drown out your sound.
All right.
I can open the window.
That's right. Yeah. We're going to get spring here. But so anyway, he has a big problem with a lot of that. We still going? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So he has a real big problem with all that. Then he's still, now he's in the dressing room, but he doesn't talk to me much. He's very short with me. So, and the stuff is all the stuff he's saying in the dirt sheets and his Calgary Sun article and stuff like that are brutal.
Right.
you know. But then we're in the locker room and he's not, you know, he's short, but he's still like, hey. And so that now it's starting to irk me a little bit because nothing bothers me more than being like this to my face and I'm fucking from behind. I don't mind saying, you know, I don't like you, I think you're a dick to my face. I can live with that easily. But I didn't like that. So now I'm starting to get a little, you know, perturbed at it. And I can't, for the life of me, I cannot remember what is the one thing that finally, I can. So now we're doing a little back and forths a little bit. And he's supposed to just go out there and just dog the shit out of me on TV. And then boom, I hit him with the kick. And that day, he comes to me at Raw and says, look, we need to have a talk. So, okay. Because, you know, things are getting a little heated. And so he sits down and goes, look, you know, this thing's getting out of hand, this, that, and the other. And I said, yeah, I think so too. I said, fuck you, you know. I said, I haven't said anything in rebuttal to all the shit you've said. And I said, and I got to tell you, Bret, I'm tired of it. I said, like, you know, I mean, I said, I realize it, but I said, but you know what? At WrestleMania 12, I felt like I was here to you. I said, I don't feel that way anymore. I said, I'm here now. I said, I want to be treated as your equal. And if you're not going to do that, then I'm going to start unloading on you.
Right.
It's that simple. You treat me as your equal, or I'm unloading on you. Both barrels. No problem, Shawn, no problem. We go out on Raw that night. He's supposed to do that. He talks and buries me till we go off the air. And that's how the show went off the air. And he goes, oh, geez, fuck, I'm fucking sorry. And I said, no. No guy that's been in the business for 18 years does that. What's that supposed to mean? I said, I think you're lying. That's what it means. You know, and what are you going to do about it? I said, I don't know. But I'm sure you'll find out. Because I didn't know. Then, you know, I don't know if it's the next week or whatever, but bam, I hit him with and I just heard something, so I just hit him with the sunny days comment, you know. And I mostly did it just to be funny, but you know, obviously it wasn't, you know, just being a smart ass. But obviously that one, he doesn't like that one, and you know, for good reason. Nobody does like the truth. I mean, no one ever does in the wrestling business. But that one really sends him off the wall, and so now we don't talk. We don't talk for probably 3 months in the same locker room, and now it is, I mean, white hot.
Right.
White hot. Everything, and people walking around on eggshells, everything. So I mean, and you know, he's getting his tea, and he's really doing the politicking there. As many people on his side as he wants. Me, I'm not doing anything because I got my 4 buddies, and you know, or 5 actually, counting PJ, and I don't really care about, you know, and because I don't care, because to me it's a childish game, and it's the wrestling business. Shit like that always goes on, and the truth is always way underneath, and no one, 9 times out of 10, doesn't care about it. So 3 months later in Hartford, Connecticut, finally he comes up and goes, Shawn, I said, what? I said, fuck you. I said, you haven't talked to me for 3 months. I said, now you've decided that it's time for us to talk. So, well, guess what? I don't want to talk to you. And I walked away. And I'm sitting there in my bag, and I'm facing, you know, my bag's in the corner like that. I'm in the corner. He comes, pushes me from behind. When I hit the wall and I turn around, he goes, you want to talk about my fucking family? I said, what? He said, you want to talk about my fucking family? And I said, give it a rest. And he goes for a swing, and I just went like this and went past me. And what made it worse, because he did that, I just sort of went, I chuckled a little bit. Because again, I've heard all these stories. He's got to kick your fucking ass, this and the other. It's like, you know, fine, won't be the first time. But he does it. And again, he does his swing. And I just chuckled because I thought it was funny that he missed. He goes to double leg dive me. I just sort of hook him. We go to this little partition, one of the things they have on the interview rooms to keep the sound in. So we go through that into the shower. So we both sort of got each other front face locked, and he's just got a hold. I mean, right there, you can still see it still gone, the hair, and he's just got a hold of that son of a bitch. And that's the fight, by the way. We're just holding each other. Everybody comes in, breaks it up, and he just takes that hunk out. I was like, oh fuck, I'd rather you punch me. And he goes, yeah, you're fucking with my family. I said, how? You're fucking with my family. I said, how? So you know you're fucking with my family. I said, how? He goes, what's with the Sunny Days comment? I said, well, you're blaming me because you fucked Sonny? You son of a bitch. And they held him back, and that was the end. Excuse me, but that's what I said. And this is supposed to be a shoot.
Right, exactly.
So that is what I said. So then I just went up to Vince. I said, you know what? You got a lunatic in there. I said, you call me when you get all this shit worked out. I said, you've obviously worked him into a frenzy or somebody has. I said, so I'll see you later. So I just, PJ, and I grabbed him. I said, you might give me a ride to the hotel. You leaving? I said, yeah. You're supposed to be on tonight. I said, yeah, not tonight.
Do you want to switch tapes? Because it isn't. It's not the altercation you had backstage.
Okay,
right?
yeah. So anyway, that PJ took me to the hotel, and we just hung out and talked and chuckled and stuff like that. And then, I guess I came home the next day, and eventually, obviously, went back to work. I mean, no time at all, went back to work. We had to get together. I had to get a little talk, me and Vince. Everyone agrees that we're gonna pretend to like each other again, and shake hands and go from there.
Right.
That's about didn't have to like each other, but had to sort of make it work, and that was about it.
And then that was what month was that?
Got me. I'm horrible at the time.
Okay. It was a couple months before Survivor Series, right?
Oh yeah.
He already gave us notice.
What's that?
Obviously, he already gave us notice.
I'm trying to remember what it was, because I know the fight was quite some time before that, because I remember I was supposed to work with Brian filming that night on TV.
Right.
I think what happened next, if I remember correctly, was then we formed everybody had the click all the guys were gone now. We formed the DX thing. Vince had decided to turn him heel. At the same time, we were forming the DX thing. And then I went to Europe, won the belt off Davey,
Right.
the European belt, and then I went to the Hell in a Cell, yada yada, and that sort of caused friction too. He was a world champion working with Patriot, and I was the ex-European champion in the main event working with the Undertaker.
TitleMatchNetwork.com